Hey, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I want to come with this daily revelation that's been on my heart this week and that's really impacted me in a big way and changed my perspective. This week, you always go into a new week expecting good things, expecting this to happen, that to happen, and as we know, that doesn't usually happen. So the perspective that I want you guys to change and myself that I'm trying to work through as well is we go into each day expecting that everything is going to align, that this situation is going to hear when I have this conversation with this person, it's going to go perfectly. I'm going to have a lovely drive to work. My boss is going to be really nice. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do MyFitnessPal. I'm going to do my steps, and things happen, as we know. So my daily revelation today, 143, is expect problems to happen. So that's why I really encourage a morning routine. And now when you're in that morning routine and you're visualizing your day, you're visualizing how the perfect day looks, I want you to start to flip it on its head and start to expect problems to happen. But in that moment, start to feel what you'd feel when that thing that you're most worried about actually comes true, and visualize yourself dealing with that problem, coming up with a solution and realizing, okay, I'm in that problem right now. You're visualizing, okay, is it the worst thing in the world and can I deal with it? And usually in our head, it is the worst thing in the world and we can't deal with it. And what I want you to do is actually manage your expectations. When you can expect problems, anything that you get on top of that is a bonus. Anything that good comes into your day is a bonus. But when we have this expectation of perfectionism or this idea that our day should go like this, and when a problem comes up, we're shocked, we're surprised, and then therefore we get upset, and that sort of snowballs us, or I guess we fall into a pattern where we fall off the bandwagon because we have this expectation of how things should go. But why don't we flip it on its head and actually expect bad things to happen and us actually solving those problems? So expecting when you wake up in the morning, okay, this is how I want this to go, but what happens if that doesn't go how I plan it to go? Yep, this is how it's going to go, and this is the solution I'm going to come up with. So this has been really big for me this week in expecting problems to happen, expecting things to happen, and it's probably not in line with what everyone is saying, expecting a great day, and expecting a perfect outcome to happen. But as we know, these things don't always go to plan. But then all of a sudden things do go to plan, and now you have all these great things that have happened, but you never expected for these good things to happen. And it's really changed my perspective on going into each day. I'm not saying go into a negative mindset and expect problems to happen, but just have this slight awareness, okay? This is how I want today to go. This is how I want that conversation to go with that client. This is how I want to, my day to work out with my kids. But just expect, okay, what happens if it doesn't go like that way and it ends up being this way, okay? Perfect. How am I going to deal with that situation? Am I going to die? Probably not. How can I be resourceful and create a solution for that problem? And then great. So when that problem arises, it's like you've already experienced it. You experience the feelings, the emotions, the weight on your shoulders, but you've also experienced a solution to come out of that problem. So my encouragement to you, wake up tomorrow and expect things to happen that are not going to go necessarily to your plan. But you've created a solution in your head of how you're going to deal with it. Even if the solution is, I'm going to deal with that problem at this time. I'm going to deal with that problem tonight. So you park it, but you've dealt with it in your head because there's another time when you're going to deal with it. Rather than expecting good things to always happen, and then something bad happens and you're surprised and you're upset and it derails you and puts you on a path that is not necessarily going to help you. It's more going to hinder you. So that's my biggest revelation personally this week, is expect problems, things to happen, an awareness. And from there, anything that happens on top of that that is good is a bonus.